All right, we on air, bro. We on there.
All righty. Peace and greetings to you all. Islamists, namaste, 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 Islam. I am Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey here in Morocco in Northwestern Mexico. How are you? Guys, welcome to our AstroCivics Sundays, number 68, Holy Koran Devotional Countdown. We're here doing chapter 6 now, right? We're at 6, and then there will be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we will be complete. So that means we're at basically, if we count today, month and a half left, right? A moon cycle and a half, right? And we will be complete. And we'll see where this goes and how it goes, guys. To be completely honest with you. So, with that being said, guys, I'm here with our magnificent and beloved brother, in whom well pleased, Brother Sean Mel. And we're ready to go in. Brother Sean is going to do the invocation in. All righty. Going to, do our invocation in terms of Moorish American prayer. And we're just going to get right to it and just knock these things out today. It had a really awesome Tupac astrology concept correction discussion yesterday, guys. So those of you that are TUPAC members, I would just encourage, even if you were in attendance, I would go back and take a look at that video and just, take notes on what it is that we went over and review. You will really enjoy what's going on there because we're just further refining the concept to make sure that we have everything that's needed. We're at the Moorish Holy Temple of Science Administrative Functions, pages 48 and 49. Handsomely standing due guard in his Moorish Sharif Fez and Abba, his Prophet Noble Ali, founder, right? For the Moorish Holy Temple of Science doing religious corporate activity, adopting its corporate name to be Moorish Science Temple of America, that which Prophet Noble Ali founded. And we're going to go over our invocation. I'm going to recite our invocation in terms of Moorish American prayer here. And Brother Sean Ali Mel is going to go in on that. We're going to extend all 5 appendages on our left hand, just the index and middle on the right, while we're facing east and standing with our feet on a 45-degree angle. And east metaphysically denotes going within. So let's go within, and we can repeat after Brother Sean either aloud or in our hearts. Islam.
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 Allah, the Father of the universe,
Allah, the Father of the universe,
the Father of love,
Father of love,
truth,
truth,
peace,
peace,
freedom,
freedom,
and justice.
and justice.
Allah is my protector,
Allah is my protector,
my guide,
my guide,
and my salvation.
and my salvation.
By night
By night
and by day.
and by day.
Through his holy prophet,
Through his holy prophet,
Noble Drew Ali.
Noble Drew Ali.
Right.
Indeed, guys. Let's get on to the first letter to be read in every meeting here in Administrative Functions, the Moorish Holy Temple of Science Administrative Functions. Pages 84 and 85. The following is a letter written by Prophet Noble Drew Ali on the 18th day of January, 1928, Anno Domini. He commanded that it be read before every meeting. Administrative Functions, Moorish Science Temple of America, Home Office, 3603 Indiana Avenue, Noble Drew Ali, founder, Chicago, Illinois, January 18th, 1929, to be proclaimed in every meeting, dear brother, Islam. I am glad to know that I have few faithful Moors among you all, and I desire for them to know the truth and the divine truth. There's a host of jealousy, quote unquote, about me and the movement now by the same people of our side of the nation that claim it was only a joke and unreal. But now, since they have found out from the government officials and the nations of the earth that this is the only sole foundation that all Asiatics must depend upon for their earthly salvation as an American citizen, they are working every scheme that they can to disqualify me so they themselves may take charge of the situation. They are working every scheme that they can to disqualify me so they themselves may take charge of the situation. They are working every scheme that they can to disqualify me, so they themselves may take charge of the situation. I have notified all these things to you long ago in the past. It is through the faithful Moors that contribute to the movement and uplifting funds. The ones that paid their divine respect to me and the movement will be remembered. That is why I'm calling upon all faithful Moors to increase their faithfulness to me, your prophet, and your divine Moorish movement. I need finance and I need it bad. Never before have I needed finance as badly as I do at present, that I may shove aside the discord that is facing the nation. It all comes through jealousy because of my, quote, fame and nobility, end quote, period. The nations of the world will not recognize the movement without me, the prophet, being the head. It has been proven by my work in which I have performed in the last few months, because I was at the governor's inauguration to represent the Moorish Divine and National Movement, and I will be at the inauguration of President Hoover for the same cause. Noble, Drew, Ali. And now we're going to go to the excerpts from the Moorish Guide newspaper that was placed in book form, termed the Moorish Literature, and on page 12, handsomely standing due guard is Prophet Noble Drew Ali in his Moorish Sharif Fez and Abba. And on page 13, we'll yield the floor to our beloved brother, please, Brother Sean Ali Mel, Islam.
Islam. Divine warning by the Prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Prophet warns all Muslim. Governors ordered to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or a group of members who hold malicious feelings toward the temple or the prophet, or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement, will receive the reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet Noble Drew Ali, and if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways, by order of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Wow.
Islam. Alrighty, guys, so we're going to go right into chapter 6 here. Mother Sahar El says, peaceful greetings, Brother Hasan and Brother Sean, and to everyone in the chat. Peaceful greetings, Mother Sahar.
Peace.
Brother Derek Blash Bay says, peaceful greetings, everyone. Peaceful greetings to you, Brother Derek. And JLV, she says, greetings, Brother Sean and Hassan and everyone. So that is JLV, and I'm pretty sure Robert's there too. So peaceful greetings to you both. All righty. So let's go right into chapter 6 here. And as usual, Brother Sean will do the reading, and I will do my serious member kind of ad-libbing. All righty. So with that being said, we're going to yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom we're well pleased. Sorry, I didn't mean to take you out of there, man. I was trying to just move that thumbnail up. All righty. And there we go, bro. We'll yield the floor. Islam.
Islam. All right. Chapter 6. Life and works of Jesus, or the I Am Identity, and India, praise and law among the Muslims. All right. A royal prince or magnificent great mind of India, or praise and law, Ravana, in the south, was at the Jewish feast.
Now, it's interesting. I know you guys are even hearing Brother Sean input what I didn't read, because, we were and we are amplifying how we're looking at, because, a lot of times when people read what is termed religious literature, My mindset, because of where I am now in my studies, I'm not in this emotional, let me be a leader and then go out here and show the people I'm some great guy to be followed. Because I'm not working any scheme at all to disqualify Prophet Noble Drew Ali so that I may take charge of the situation. What I'm doing is utilizing that I recognize that all this is metaphysics. So I like breaking down the word. So I knew that as we were going to go, from chapter 48 to 1, I knew that eventually we would get to these beginning chapters where you're going to see what I was doing. And yeah, so if we did take the first sentence and looked at it, the first sentence would be a magnificent great mind pertaining to praise and law, an unjust king. In the sense material consciousness was at the thought springing from the beginning to the praise and inner life consciousness of the individual. And appropriation, consuming, comprehending divine potentiality. So this is what's happening with inside of us. Remember, metaphysics is really comprehending how, when we read these quote unquote holy books, right? Holy books are the law books are the holy books. And when we're looking at these things, what we are to see is how these things are connected to how they're, it's pertaining to our consciousness, connected to our endocrine system as we go through these different experiences and stages within our lives pertaining to our consciousness, Because as we think, so we are. So when looking at whether it's the Quran, and remember, chapters 2 through 19 are the 18 years that are missing from the Bible pertaining to Jesus's life. When you read the Bible, which again, the law books are the holy books and the holy books are the law books. These are all astrological, and that the foundation of the cosmogony and cosmology is that this is all metaphysics, and metaphysics is the science pertaining to being, the science pertaining to ultimate reality. And that ultimate reality, that truth is what is within us, not which is on the outside. We know what is on the outside. The manifest of right is not. Not is falsehood. So the truth, which is ought, is that which is within us, coming from our consciousness. So when we're reading these words, we are to take them inward, to be able to make the connections pertaining to our consciousness connected to our endocrine system, which is going to make us be able to do and act a certain way. And a lot of times when we're not really connected where we should be metaphysically, we usually end up doing and or experiencing things that are harmful to ourselves and others, mentally, emotionally, and physically harmful. And that's why I hope with everything that I just said, let me just say what my intent is. It is to encourage you to always think pertaining to the metaphysics. That's what you always want. You want the metaphysics because you want to see how you can edify yourself, period. These holy books, which are the law books, and the law books, which are the holy books, were never supposed to be used in the way where you have a congregation of people and you either make them feel validated or insecure. You either call them holy or say they're sinners. That's not what this was for. This is something that is supposed to be shared how we're sharing it. And we're just your brothers. So what, I have on a Moor Sharif's fez. So what, I have Sharif's badge and a master amanuensis and master astrologers badge. So what? So what? That's for me. That's for my journey inside of me pertaining to my consciousness connected to my endocrine system. These are not things that when people see them, they're supposed to just fall to their knees, kowtow, and say they're not worthy to me. That's not what that's for. That's there for when I look in the mirror and I'm reminding myself, hey, love yourself, respect yourself. Even without those things, I would still do them. However, that's just what the regalia actually is for. And it does let other people know that, hey, this is someone who's really working on himself. This is someone who is every day a student. This is someone who is making sure that they're not harming anyone outside of themselves, despite the fact that people could try to twist their minds to point the finger because they have a lack of self-discipline to try to make one seem as if they're doing something wrong to them. This is why a lot of your reformers were crucified or killed, because people that were not on that metaphysics path had to find fault some kind of way in these reformers of the mindsets of the people by projecting their fault onto that reformer. That's what sacrifices were about, is illustrated in the Old Testament. People thought that once a year they could take all their negativity, all their wrong, and transfer it. What kind of fallen Denzel Washington movie is that? Transfer one's negativity to a sheep and then absorb the innocence of that sheep, and now they're good. Now they're recharged with innocence for a year. And this is what the people did with every said so-called prophet. People that were and are walking the planet, doing the things proper within their metaphysics. And they still had people around them who wanted to get a transfer of that goodness that this being is working on themselves. And they wanted to snatch or transfer that goodness by projecting their negativity and their wrongfulness onto and within them, and thinking that they have been saved. No one's dying for somebody's sins. No animal should be sacrificed.
Period.
And the only reason these things have happened and are happening today in diverse ways is because people are not brave enough nor committed to edifying themselves from within. They would much rather find fault in another so that they can be able to project their wrongfulness from them to someone else so that they can feel better about themselves. So that's why you guys are going to see these breakdowns for these next 6 chapters, from 6 on down to 1. You're going to see some red words, some underlines, some arrows, because I'm breaking down certain parts, not only for myself. However, it is there as we're sharing it in hopes to encourage you guys to get out of believer mindset, graduate to at least the student's mindset, have faith and study, which will then allow you to graduate to the master's mindset so that you may contemplate and bring things to fruition. This has nothing to do with, since I have on this, Moor Sharif's fez, this national headdress, that means I am some great leader who has some trust and land and this documentation that means I own something. Anybody that's like that, a brother or a mother, a father or a sister, these are people who are still falling short in their metaphysical edification, but will still try to find quippy, slick ways of saying that, oh, that's not what it is. JLV says, indeed, he is here. Robert's there with you. Okay, indeed, JLV. Peaceful greetings to y'all. And Mother Zahar says, Islam. All right, bro. that was off of number 1. Okay, number 2, bro. Go ahead. I'll make my ad libs shorter. But I think that was a well enough ad lib to really preface even more and to reaffirm why we're even doing this, bro.
Yeah, it's just inspiration. Like when people, how we always went to look for inspiration outside of ourselves, is like, great. You're looking at something outside of yourselves, and now you're seeing this reflection, and we're mirroring the inspiration that's inside of you back to you, so that now you can look within and feel inspired and, have your own um aha moments and all the things, so that now you're just motivated for yourself. So always, just remember to look within, like even when one starts to look to external, they can remind themselves, just to always go back east, right? But
Correct. Because and just prepare yourself that when you're really on your metaphysical journey, you will sometimes even your loved ones around you will try to turn that into you being narcissistic or emotionally abusive because you are really on your path.
Right.
And they may not be. I yield, bro. Number 2.
All right. Ravana was a man of wealth, and he was just, and with a band of Brahmic priests sought wisdom in the West.
The without seen, right? Sin or the outer consciousness. I'm going to the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary by Charles Fillmore, which is what we suggest. You read in these books, and chapters 2 through 19 are the 18 years missing from the Bible pertaining to Jesus' life. You see him at 12 and don't see him again until he's 30 in these anthropomorphic stories. Why not have a cross reference? Maybe have not just the King James Version Bible open up in a tab on a device. Maybe have 4 or 5 different Bible gateway tabs open. One version is the King James Version, another is the Amplified Version, another is the Geneva 1599 version, one is the Young Literal Translation version. Maybe also another version for the NIV, the New International Version, just so that you can see how the wordings differ. Right? Mm-hmm. And then look at the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary with it and see what you can get pertaining to these things that you're reading in these books, which pertains to the consciousness connected to your endocrine system. That's it. That's all. And I yield the floor, beloved brother, Islam.
When I am, or Jesus, stood among the Jewish priests and read and spoke, Ravana heard and was amazed.
Mm-hmm.
And when he asked who Jesus was, from hence he came and what he was, Chief Hillel, I'm saying all right, Chief Hillel said.
Yeah, Chief Hillel, right? Hillel.
Hillel.
Yeah, Chief Hillel said.
Quote, "We call this child the day star from on high, for he has come to bring men a light, the light of life, to lighten up the way of men and to redeem his people of Israel."
Look at that. That's that I am identity within you. And remember, Israel, right? Spiritual breath descended thought, right? Spiritual or breath descended thought, right? Not some place outside of oneself. All these things are within. Mother Sahar said, if man would find his savior, he must look within. Brother Derek says, yes, look within, in agreement with Mother Sahar. And she says, indeed. I yield, bro, Islam.
Indeed. I know it's probably got to be tough, because it's always been pushed like this man or this, some being is coming to save you. So don't expect to do anything yourself. And that's been the narrative. And, when we share what we share, bro, to, friends, loved ones, if they're not really ready to let go of that outside savior, it's just gonna go over their ears and they're gonna think you're some kind of way or something. It's just amazing, bro, to read these things and have conversations or just hear other conversations and see, not like they don't get nothing against them, but to share it so they can change their perspective and energy and look on it so then they can better themselves. And some of them really, just as we said before, I was like the whole the life jacket. They reject the life jacket that's being thrown.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
But let's see. All right. And Hillel told Ravana all about the child, about the prophecies concerning him, about the wonders of the night when he was born, and about the visit of the Magian priest.
Mm-hmm. Magian priest.
Magian priest.
Mm-hmm.
About the way in which he was protected from the wrath of evil men, about his flight to Egypt land, and how he then was serving with his father as a carpenter in Nazareth.
Look at that. And that's going within the workshop pertaining to the mind. I think that's chapter 5. When we come back next Sunday, we'll be speaking on the workshop pertaining to the mind.
Ravana was entranced and asked to know the way to Nazareth, that he might go and honor such a one as son of Allah.
Man, when you check that metaphysical Bible dictionary and look up Nazareth, which I actually have, it looks like I have Nazareth actually metaphysically amplified in the next line. So go ahead, bro. I yield.
Indeed. And with his gorgeous train, he journeyed and came to Nazareth to observe God as a covenant of Galilee, the life energy acting in accordance with substance.
Look at that. That's all Nazareth of Galilee is. Observe, guard, as a covenant, life energy acting in accordance with substance. Mother Sahar says, you're uprooting belief that's been in place for generations. Yep, especially by even just saying what Nazareth of Galilee is, along with other amplifications. So many people want to go past Prophet Noble Drew Ali, man, and work whatever schemes they can.
They keep walking right past that, man.
Mm-hmm. They want to be rare animals with feather headdresses, and they want to call themselves chiefs and all these other things. And the people have never really considered the fact that whoever your elders are today, if they're not honoring the elders before them, there's a problem. How many of the elders today are honoring Prophet Noble Drew Ali? Do you know that most beings couldn't have these conversations about helping out people here at the North Gate if it wasn't for Prophet Noble Drew Ali? There would be no Nation of Islam. There would be none of your, I don't care who they are. And with only due respect to Brother Taj, he's mentioning Prophet Noble Drew Ali because he wouldn't be who he is without that. And even him telling you guys, hey, he was in the Nation of Islam, just like I was too. Again, where did that stem from? Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So how many people out here thinking they're about to take charge of the situation and have some remedy for the people, and they keep ignoring that which we're continuously sharing? We keeping Prophet Noble Drew Ali in the forefront, not because this is about believing and worshiping Prophet Noble Drew Ali. This is about honoring the fact that there was an answer given 100 years ago and people are still ignoring it. That's really tough. GLV says, may we ask where we may find the literature? Yeah, I don't know. If I haven't given you access to Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, I'll add you to it. It's usually Prophet Noble Drew University is always a link in our descriptions, usually also. But I'll add you to it if you don't have access, because that's where most of the literature we read from, we freely give access to in Prophet Noble Drew University. Honestly, it's just that as you're seeing it here, marked up with the red, lines and words and the green highlights. That's just my version that I'm working with on my iBooks within my iPad. But you guys can do the same. So yeah, I'll just give you access, JLB. If you don't have access already, I'll just give you access to Prophet Noble Drew University, so you guys can just search for it. Holy Koran, or you just type Koran, all right, or Koran. You just type it in and it should pop up. Type in Meta, META, and you'll see the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary should pop up, or whatever. I mean, all those things are in there, right? It's a very elaborate library, all right? So I'll make sure you have it. And anybody else that wants it, the links are there in the description. Maybe not this video just yet, because we wait till after the video's done and then sit there and adjust the description and things and whatnot. But all right, I yield the floor, bro. Islam.
All right. He found the object of his search engaged in building dwellings for the sons of men. You laughing at dwellings too?
Bruh, because
what you read.
Yeah, I know. I get it. To dwell is to be struck in the head. However, when you read it just now, it said he found the object of his search engaged in building dwellings of the sons of men, which makes me think about edifying oneself within. Because the edify is the build. And the dwellings is, building what to be struck in the mind with. Well, maybe it's better to be struck in the mind with the spiritual breath descended thought instead of the material consciousness thought. Right? Gratitude indeed, JLB. So I yield, bro. Islam.
Mm-hmm. And when he first saw Jesus, he was climbing up a 12-step ladder, and he carried in his hands a compass, square, and axe.
Look at that. Look at that. I yield, bro. That's the only ad lib I got for that one.
Ravana said, "All hail, most favored son of heaven." And at the end, Ravana made a feast for all the people of the town, and Jesus and his parents were honored guests. For certain days, Ravana was a guest in Joseph, or Wisdom's home, on Marmion Way. He sought to learn the secret of the wisdom of the sun, but it was all too great for him.
Go ahead, bro. I yield, man. I yield.
And then he asked that he might be the patron of the child, might take him to the east, where he could learn the wisdom of the Brahms.
Yep, buddy. Duck, buddy.
Yep. And Jesus longed to go, that he might learn. And after many days, his parents gave consent.
Gave consent. Like, man, just little stuff like that. It's just like, man, like that's huge. You know what I mean? Like that's huge. Just about giving consent to something, man. It's so huge, man. It's little stuff like that I think is looked past, and it's really tough to see that sometimes we look past the little things. You know what I mean? Like it's really tough. Go ahead, bro. I yield. You're doing the thing.
All right. Then, with proud heart, Ravana with his train began the journey towards the rising sun. And after many days, they crossed the sand and reached the province of Orissa. and the palace of the prince.
I just put in the chat Prophet Noble Ali University link just for anyone that wants to grab it while live. Some of you already have access. And when I went to just go check, it just said to manage the sharing, which means you already have access. Those of you that might have just clicked the link. However, I just put the link there so you can, click it now and, ask for access and I approve it, or I just add your email address to it, because it's a Google Drive, right? So, but there it is. At least the link is there for you guys. But yeah, bro. I'm not even saying much because you know what, bro? Because I kind of want the people to kind of look at the amplifications that are here. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying much because it's like, let's kind of look at these amplifications. Slowly but surely look at where the underlying words with the arrows coming from them, where are they going to? All right, but I yield,
right?
bro.
Yeah. It's like the Brahmic priest or the wise balance seekers and maintainers within our natural religious tendencies or thoughts that spring from and belong to the love faculty and individual consciousness. We're glad to welcome home the prince. With favor, they receive the Jewish boy. Or let's see, yeah, the praise an individual. Yeah, I like that. All right, and Jesus, or the I am identity, was accepted as a pupil and the mind's body and the universe master lord of the universe, or Jagannath. And here he learned the Vedas, the knowledge and sacred writings, and the Manic law, or the Hindu law for mind, body, first man, lawgiver, Manu.
Oh, that was Hindu law from first man and lawgiver Manu, which is temple is mind's body. But what's funny is if we go back, who's the Moorish lawgiver? What are we doing on Fridays, y'all? Whose book are we reading on Fridays? So who's the Manu pertaining to today?
Man.
Do you see what I'm like? These are the connections that I make. Moorish constitutional lawgiver is CM Bey, right? So CM Bey is carrying the spirit pertaining to Manu Smriti. Just yo, man, there be stuff right there in our faces, man. I'm trying to tell you. All right, bro. I yield, man. I yield.
The Brahmic masters wondered at the clear conceptions of the child and often were amazed when he explained to them the meaning of the law.
They were amazed when he explained to them the meaning of the law. How much have we been speaking about the fact that we can read these legislated words that most of these people who are doing trade or business, which is performing functions of public office at the pleasure of the governor, we know their stuff more than they do. And they keep doing these practices, processes, and procedures that are completely outside of the meaning pertaining to that which they are governed to act under. And I think they are amazed when we actually point out how we comprehend these things, yet they just want to deny and then be like, oh, that's some sovereign citizen stuff, or you've been misled by some sovereign citizen scheme. No, you guys are in dishonor pertaining to your own statutory position because you lack observing sincerely that which you're supposed to observe, period. You're collecting a paycheck without even reading about what your obligation is about. The statutes come from public acts. One is a public actor. If you're a public actor and have not read your script, I'll let you finish that thought. Any questions, comments, and/or suggestions? Going once. I'd like to remind you guys, join TUPAC, the Universally Professional Astrology Community. We're still, running it so that you bring a friend. It'll be $125 for each, right? Because the lifetime membership is $250, but we'll give you a lifetime membership. You bring a friend for the same, where it'll be treated as it's $125 a piece. Our respect for what it is that we've done and what we do and what we share. All right. Mother Janelle Blashell says, Islam, everyone. All right. And Mother Sahar says, indeed. Right. So I'm sure what has just been said about these actors. We have still tons of things. Like I said, maybe one day we'll just go into the Google Drive and show you that which we're offering, because the 7HealStar.com website is no longer up. Because to me, it was just a waste of finances. We could be doing our best to just continue to have, things for food and hygiene, because we're not charging people. Everything we do is either received as a donation or an eleemosynary tuition for either an active live session or classes that we already have archived. So I think it would be good that I and Brother Sean go over the Google Drive of what's archived. Maybe that'll be alive in its own of itself.
Bro, that's gonna be like our Holy Quran countdown. That's gonna be a series. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I guess just to go through and show, because it's a lot in there, and I don't even think I've been through like a quarter of it myself, and I've done had access. It's just a lot, and usually most likely what you're looking for will probably be in there. So that's pretty awesome, that we that you compile that, shout out to you for that, bro, for, compiling that and, giving that to the people, so that they have multiple resources to go research, study, cross-reference, and all those things, like how we are supposed to study and apply,
Islam, bro, gratitude indeed. JLB says, ye are and share value, right? Yeah, indeed. I'm just grateful and thankful that we've provided a lot. I'll be forthcoming. I have loved ones that think I'm wasting my time with ministry the way that I am, because I'm not receiving finances at the level where I can, just outrightly feel confident about getting a new house and a new land conveyance and, and things of that nature. And so I was recently told in a conversation, that's good. You're, wanting to be honorable and not be corrupt, but maybe you do have to do some of these things that you say people that are being corrupt doing, just so that you can have things that you need. And I'm really thinking, like, these are the same loved ones that did everything in their power and will to try to break my spirit when I did other things that they didn't agree with. And so I just come to the realization that I just got to be sound and confident in what it is that I know that I'm to do on my metaphysical journey, despite the fact that I'm not going to have many loved ones agree because they don't get it because they're not doing what I'm doing. And the comprehension of what's being done will only make sense to them is if I'm receiving a certain amount of finance, Federal Reserve notes, Cash Apps, Google Pays, whatever you call it, and then have this material to show that I'm grown. And that's why I'm like, yeah, man, maybe we should just like really show the work that's been done. Show every Google Drive, man, just to show it, like just to screen share and be like, this is a Google Drive for this is a Google Drive for that, this Google Drive, and we'll just enumerate them. I actually already made a list. You know what I'm saying? It's in my my notes on my Apple devices where I took everyone and just made a list of them. And I'm just sitting here like, honestly, I had to tell that same loved one, I was like, I should actually be a multimillionaire and, according to your expectations. But if people aren't coming to us in a frequency that we know that they should, because they would much rather be caught up in Negro, Black, colored, Indian, Native American stuff. They want to be caught up in church and other belief systems that aren't really helping them. They want to be caught up in funding their own enslavement in other ways. That's why I even think, that's why I keep going back to like, man, these people are just ignoring Prophet Noble Drew Ali and what he set up. I want to just really say that I'm discerning that when Prophet Noble Drew Ali was on the scene, people weren't broke. I think it was so much access to resources that the mindset of the people around that time could not appreciate what Prophet Noble Drew Ali did for them, so they squandered it by their misconduct. JLV said, ooh, that 99 homes, compromising integrity. Oh, so you guys saw it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I suggested yesterday in class, right? And because we had a little bit of a different kind of astrology concept correction discussion, but it was still perfect. It was just different how we approached it yesterday. And one of my suggestions in the recording within TUPAC for yesterday was, yo, you guys need to look at 99 homes, because most people out there, that's what they're dealing with. And it's like, man, it's just seems like that which is materialistic, that which is actually harming to the welfare of everyone on the planet. There's an unnatural system of animal husbandry that is thriving because the people are putting their energy into it so that they can have material certain ways. And I think we will all be able to have that so-called material that everybody really needs, and we would have it abundantly if we stop with the rat racing mentality. There's an abundance on this planet to the point where there should be no boarded up house and people homeless. That
it's bro.
That's bananas, Jay. Like, for real. Go ahead. What you want to say?
I was just saying, like, it's like there's an unlimited abundance on the planet. Why don't we have the things for everyone? Like everyone should be able to have a home, necessities, food. Like there's an overabundance, that doesn't run out, that is always here. But there's been seemed to me like, oh, there's this lack. There's never no lack. It's the maladministration and others wanting to make surety of others. All these boarded up, like you were saying, bro, these boarded up houses. You think about all the waste of the food and everything else that happens. It shouldn't be that. And I just think that people need to actually care more about ourselves and about others, as we've been, going over in the Quran, as we've been sharing in the Clock of Destiny books, about freedom is everybody's business, freedom is everybody's job, and there is no lack. But there's just been that hypnosis of lack, because if you don't do this or perform this way, you won't have these material things that's already been provided for. And it just has to be a change of perspective, and humanitarianism for everyone to be able to have a conveyance, and just have the necessities, and even then, and be able to converse and trade amongst us all, to where we can all enjoy each other's crafts and gifts. So like this feeling of lack and being without goes away. And it's really just it's simple, right? When you look at 20, the state departments and local municipalities wondered at the clear conceptions of the people, and often were amazed when they explained to them the meaning of the law and what's applicable and not applicable. If we was to look at it that way. But yeah, bro, it's like everyone should have these bare necessities, but there are those who um rather covet. I think we, read that in one of the chapter, covet other people's possessions and stuff, and use their energy. But I yield, bro.
Islam, Mother Janelle Blash L says true after JLV was speaking about 99 homes and the compromising integrity. Brother Derek Blash Bey is responding to JLV saying that that was something he experienced. The same way it was shown in the movie in 99 homes. That's what his experience was. Mother Sahar, I think, is saying absolutely to the things that we have just said, Brother Sean. And JLV says, this is Robert commenting. He says, a change from me to community. Yeah. That's what has to happen. And right now it is the me, or I got mine, you get yours. And it's, even though my loved ones think that it's funny how someone will say, you are, I know you're honest and you want to do right, but me, when someone says but, that means we're negating everything before but. That's how I think. So it's kind of like, you can't be holy. You can't be on your metaphysical edification within yourself completely, because you still got to rat race a little bit just so that you can have some things. And it's like,
But bro, like, just imagine if you wouldn't have been on the path you did. Like, there would be like no 7HealStar, like none of that. What you shared, there probably wouldn't have been none of that if you would have just went the route that they wanted you to, even though you were doing what you needed to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would be none of this most likely right now. You know what I'm saying? And with that energy that you have shared and the things you have done, like, yeah, bro, it would be none of that.
Yeah, I think, man, I gotta admit, like I said, if we just this is what, like, video 586, maybe, or 486. Like, think of we have over 480 free presentations we've done.
You said that was free, right?
What'd you say?
I said, you said that was free, right?
I mean, it's on YouTube without a price tag on it. We just encourage people, if you can donate, because we don't want people to feel obligated. Then when the people asked back in like 2019, 2020, hey man, make classes so that we can exchange for them. And I thought, I'm like, man, people just trying to, maybe they just want to be like, see this brother charging. So instead of me giving a charge or a price, what I said was giving eleemosynary tuition. I went and studied to make sure what I would like for it to be. And then I made it, the exchange for it, I made it less than what it's actually worth. So then when on the website, before we ended the website, I brought the numbers up to a certain level, because I knew if people ain't, transacting for these past classes, that they asked me to make available. Hey man, make us classes. Why don't you get a website? Everything that I've done was based on what the people asked for. I'm getting different emails, different phone calls, different text messages, people coming in different Zooms. All right, so I provided that. Provided it for 3 years straight. So how about I just keep the Google Drive up, then at least I have that. And what we'll do is every few moon cycles, we'll just go, hey guys, this is what we have in the Google Drive. And maybe I'll open up a folder or two to show that, see, it's a whole video in there. And oh, how many of them? Hold on, that video was what? 3.5 hours. And it's 12 videos just in that one folder? For which class? And that's for the eleemosynary tuitions. And I think what we've done freely and what we do freely, it's a much larger number than that which we have archived in Google Drives, man. I don't even think it's not even up to 100 videos total out of all what we have archived in Google Drive. So we've done way more community work, things that we freely give into the community. There are other platforms that we go on and share our energies and wisdom freely that aren't even our platforms, our websites, but we're there sharing our mindset, helping to improve the mindset of those that participate in those communities. So yeah, it's in my heart to do ministry, even though I will say what comes with it is being mistreated by loved ones. That's what comes with it. It happened to Jesus, the anthropomorphic Jesus. It happened to Prophet Noble Drew Ali in the physical. And I'm just saying, what makes me any different? So that's what comes with it. We're working on oneself, going within, edifying oneself. What comes with it is being mistreated. And then some people will try to say, oh, you're just whining and crying, or you're just someone who wants the sympathy of the people. If people really saw how you was off camera, sometimes I just wish the people could see how I am off of a live. Because I'm not going to stop doing what we share. The reason why we share what we've been sharing on these videos on YouTube is because of my love for what I've studied to myself and by myself, which I recognize most people cannot do, whether they have the time or not. Right? JLV says, or maybe, her and Robert are saying, makes themselves ponder why the push to keep, quote unquote, God out of the courts, right? Yeah, why is that taking place, right? Sort of, kind of, right? Because because they're just not even considering to call upon, right? Which God denotes etymologically, God is to call upon. Mother Sahar says, free, 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 exclamation point. And she also says, ye shall reap in abundance gratitude. I received that. Brother Sean, I'm pretty sure we both received that. Brother Derek says, I'm forever grateful for 7HealStar. You brothers change my world. Indeed, Brother Derek. Gratitude indeed. Questions, comments, and or suggestions going twice. This is where I think I'll say, make sure you schedule your Mirror AstroLiteracy session with Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey, and get your Mental Magician report from Brother Sean Aline L. Just reach out to us, guys. It's not really hard. Me, I'm still just old fashioned. You know what I'm saying? Call the phone, text the phone, email 7HealStar@gmail.com. You want to get in contact with I have no problem with making sure Brother Sean gets messages or donations or any type of, I have no problem, because it doesn't benefit me stealing from my brother, because that's not going to help me in my path. So even if you didn't know Brother Sean's information, even though it's out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can reach out to me and I'll make sure he gets messages immediately. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case also, right? I don't know, Brother Sean, what do you think? What do you say?
Yeah, man, it's just that, that trust that we have between each other, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's that respect. Like, whatever needs to be shared and go, that if the people, feel like they, want to go through you, but, they can reach out to me too. I'm just as open as you are, open for a conversation and, talking to people and just doing what we do and just sharing this information and these concepts, even though, we do the lives, but even outside of that, like I'm open to it too. I've been allowing myself to go to different platforms and share information, and, try to, like I said, just continue to really build a solid community, for our people all across. And it's just that we draw the stick in the sand when it comes to, not and ought, and we are not rocking with the falsehood of things. And, we're gonna stand on our square when it comes to the truth. And we'll still, have love and respect for people, but when it comes to like the beliefs and all that, like we just can't. That has not got us anywhere. Um, so I'm glad that we're sharing information and we're all linking and everything else, and everyone's getting to know each other and enjoy their journey. And that's just what's really beautiful about um 7HealStar and everything that we do, and everyone that does actually continuously has showed up for like all the lives, for as long as we've been doing it, man. For those that have been, showing up for you, bro, like even prior to the YouTube and everything, it's been, showing up, rocking with us. And yeah, it's really awesome, So, gratitude to y'all, because I'm glad to be here too to share what I can and, enjoy what y'all share and, rap with bro and, share all these different things. This is really beautiful.
Islam, bro. Roz Blackwell says peace, and JLV they send their gratitude and love. Questions, comments, and/or suggestions go in through eyes. I think this is the part where I and Brother Sean say, "Be ye selves and
donate."
Make sure you guys donate. Let me stop the screen share here. Just wanted to leave it up long enough just in case anybody wanted to ponder further what's there. But you guys know this will be archived once we hit the end button. It'll be there soon.
I know I would. I'd probably pause it like, hold on, what was all that red? Let me just pause what they saying and read it. Like, oh, hold on.
Screenshot. No. Mother Sahar says sincere gratitude indeed, beloved mother. So this is the part where we're going to do our invocation out. All righty. We're going to do our invocation out. It's going to be on me. I'm doing a Moorish American prayer for the invocation out. We're going to extend all 5 appendages on the left hand, just the index and middle on the right. We're going to stand with our feet on a 45-degree angle as we face east, which metaphysically denotes within. And you can repeat after me either aloud or in the hearts. Islam. Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Father of love.
The Father of love.
Truth. Peace. Freedom. And justice. Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide.
And
my salvation. By night. And by day. Through his holy prophet. Noble Drew Ali. Alrighty, guys. When you go to get you victuals and go to eat, make sure you're eating something that ye are enjoying, right? Get you victuals and make sure you're affirming and speaking energy over it so it will assist in making you feel great, feel good, right? And healthy for you. And when you go to rest and recharge, anytime on any day, just make sure you rest and recharge well. On behalf of 7HealStar Astrology Firm, I'm Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey. This is Brother Sean Aline L. On behalf of the Exalted Cyclops, indeed, in the South, Brother Terrell Tamari Bey and Brother Malika Bey. We are going to say to y'all, we love you all. Namaste. Islam, y'all.